Welcome to Office Hours. I have Robert Scoble with me.
Yeah.
Robert Scoble. Now, Robert, before we start, I have to do this thing, okay? I apologize in advance. I have to sing you a song.
Oh boy.
That's the way it goes, you know.
All right.
Let me
Don't
see.
expect me to sing along.
Yeah, Robert Scoble. Robert Scoble. Wikipedia says he's an American blogger, a technical evangelist, and sometimes author. Best known for his now defunct blog, Scobleizer.
Coming back in April.
Coming back in April. All right, that's Robert.
Yeah.
Robert Scoble. Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks.
You know, we've talked a few times. I think the first time was 2010, and then like a couple years later. Now is a couple years later, so we can see what our hairlines are looking like and all that.
Your hair is
stuff.
still crazy.
Well, you know,
It's still flying.
you know, stock is up.
Yep.
You know, you were a video blogger for. Was it for a Fast Company?
Before that, Microsoft, right? I started at Microsoft, and I was one of the 5 guys who built this thing called Channel 9, and took a little $200 Sony camera around, and had lunch with developers who were building cool stuff, and interviewed them, and interviewed everybody from Bill Gates down to the janitor. So you can see there's a new world coming. There's a paradigm shift coming. And it might be 3 years, it might be 5, it might even be 10, right? Because Apple showed us the Newton first, and then it was a decade later we got the iPhone, and that was the one that caught, right? But we all knew that a handheld computer was going to be important someday. And I can tell you definitively, someday wearing a piece of glass that's going to show me stuff about you is going to be how we're going to do things in the world.
It's
right?
going to be even better than those X-ray vision glasses that we saw on the back of like comic books.
Yeah.
You know, when we were kids. You're going to be able to. I mean, you're not going to be able to hide much as a person.
You're going to be able to augment.
Right.
Yesterday I was at Sephora, right? Sephora is a great cosmetic brand retailer, and they already have augmented reality apps where you can try on lipstick on your face in real time, right? You aim that app at your face, and you say, I wonder what the green lipstick looks like. What does the red lipstick look like, right? And there's other apps that do eyeshadows and all sorts of
How
other
did it
stuff.
look on you?
Pretty interesting. I don't know. I don't know if green's my color. I think maybe red.
Well, that's amazing. It is frustrating right now when you as a designer, when you work on trying to showcase a product. You have advertising you can do. You can do a TV spot, or you can do a point of purchase, or an end cap where you try to tell a story, but you're so limited. It's a 2D dimension. I love that analogy of a brand as a person. And this is going to take it even further, where not only will people be more interesting, but brands certainly will, because you'll be able to tell their story in a much more augmented way.
It's a customer education problem right now. They already have signage that if you aim your mobile phone with the Sephora app at it, it'll augment, it'll bring a search off of it, it'll tell you more information about that product. But so few people know that they can do that, right? Think about what the world is going to be like in 10 years. If we have these glasses on and your face is augmenting and you're designing an experience for me to see you every time I see you, right? And I look at a product and it's going to do the same thing. And I look at this boring room and I say, I want to be in Yosemite, and all of a sudden, and we're in Yosemite, right?
Can I just go along with you for the future ride to the future?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's what we're here in Seattle doing. This morning we were in a virtual reality company and talking about how even something as mundane as buying a condo is radically changing, because now you can experience what the view of the condo will be that you're going to buy that's not even built yet, right? Because they put a drone up to that level, and now you can see, I'm going to have a beautiful view of Lake Washington, right?
And the beauty of all this technology is happening, it can help everything from hunger to fashion. When we look way back at the history of a lot of the internet and all those things, coming from the military and all that. So it all comes from solving problems, right? Yeah. Someone sees a problem to be solved, and it's almost too trite to call you a futurist, because anyone that thinks beyond, I guess, a week could be a futurist.
Yeah, I'm not like, there's some futurists who are like, in 30 years, you're going to have things crawling around your brain, and you're going to be hacking your DNA, and you're going to be eating weird shit, and that's great. I'm glad those people are out there, and they're fun to read because they lay out a future. I'm worried more about the next 5 to 10 years, more of a practical future, right? A future that we can actually almost touch.
A nearest.
A near future.
Well, it's always so inspiring to talk to you. It's just, it's like my mind just starts frying a bit, and then opening, and then there's a little bit of pain, and then there's a release and freedom. I love there are people that are out there like you that are helping inspire us and unearth all these amazing things that are happening.
It's fun because I get to see a pattern existing before other people do, and that's a lot of fun. But then there's people like you who are actually building the things, and your knowledge is much deeper, and you have to work with an actual customer like Starbucks and say, okay, but how is this really going to work? I don't have to do the hard work.
Well, if you want to, what I do, if I want to know what's going on today and in the next 2 weeks and in the future, I just go follow Robert Scoble on Twitter,
or Facebook,
and you get so many fun things on there. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.